Boosie and Lil Nas X. So the two of them have been going back and forth, part of which on Vlad TV, with my Boosie interviews. But Lil Nas X went on Instagram Live and announced that he has a song with Boosie.
Right.
And he seemed like he was serious. I actually kind of fell for it a little bit. I thought, well, listen, me and Boosie talked about this in our new interview. It was like, at the end of the day, nothing really bad happened between y'all. No one got killed. No one's money got lost. No one got maimed or beat up. No one got sued. Could the two of them at some point do a song together? It doesn't sound completely out of the, realm of possibility, but Boosie got triggered. And he came back with a serious tweet using the F word and also telling Lil Nas X to kill himself. And I interviewed Boosie about this. The interview's going to drop the next, week or so. And I said the whole F word thing I felt was unnecessary because that's not really how he talks. You know what I'm saying? That's not really the Boosie that I know and so forth. And what Boosie said was his grandmother was, I guess, dying that day. And in fact, he had posted up her memorial. She had passed away shortly after that, but she was basically on her deathbed. And here comes Lil Nas X trolling him, and Boosie snapped.
Wow.
Not saying that's an excuse, whatever. Some people are going to say, oh, okay, we understand. Some people are like, well, that's not good enough. He shouldn't have, whatever. It is what it is, right? And that's the chain of events that happened. When you saw that, what'd you think?
I will say this, is that, I think Boosie being the anti-cancel culture voice in rap, Boosie being, the voice of maybe a certain strain of, conservatism within rap. I think there's like a lot of people who really want him to be that, like a traditional old school guy who maybe, makes the argument that society is embracing, gay stuff a little bit too much, et cetera. I think there's a lot of room for him to like win over a lot of people in rap by being that guy who's willing to actually have those controversial opinions. And I don't think that's a bad career move necessarily for him, because I feel like a lot of times there's this assumption that everybody in hip hop is like woke. And this is just clearly not the case. There's just very few people who really have like prominent voices in rap music that really kind of represent like a real progressive agenda. When I look at Boosie, I feel like he's kind of speaking for like a very large percentage of the rap fan base.
Yeah.
But I think he like really does a massive disservice to whatever kind of character he's building for himself when he says stuff like the F word in regards to Lil Nas X. And when he says the kill yourself thing, those are just like huge missteps, because those are just the kinds of things that we as a society should never treat like they're okay when it comes to a gay person. It's just like, you got to give them like that training. And I grew up saying the FAG word, constantly, every other word. That was like always said growing up. But, I had to cut that out of my vocabulary at a certain point. Maybe it might slip out once in a while, but Boosie using it in that moment, I was just like, I really felt bad for the fact that he seemed so easy to trigger in that sense. Like Lil Nas having such a hold on Boosie's emotions is not a good look. Like the number one rule of the internet is don't get mad. Like just don't look like you're mad. Don't give off the idea that you're mad. It's very hard to like win an argument if you're the one yelling like, I'm going to beat the shit out of you, or, you're a piece of shit, et cetera, which is like when he calls him the F word like that is basically like, it's like the equivalent of you saying that you can't win the argument through your words. So you just have to sort of like resort to like violence. Obviously it's like language is not violence, but it's like, it's as close as he could get to like punching him in the face right there. You know what he's saying? Yeah. And I was... Yeah, I thought that was a bummer. I feel like the Lil Nas X meme gimmick thing only works as long as people are willing to tweak the fuck out when he does it, It's like as long as there are these conservative pundits to get mad when Lil Nas X, wears leather assless chaps or whatever the fuck it is.
Whatever you
just need somebody to get mad at it. And I just keep waiting for people to stop getting offended. Like the fact that he's able to so effortlessly troll all these people with huge platforms is why he's able to make so much noise. And at some point, these people are going to figure out to just stop responding, right?
Yeah, because what I said was, when I looked at that whole situation, Lil Nas X made the video to try to get under Boosie's skin, right? Purposely.
And he might not even been thinking about it that deeply. He might have just been saying it to just fuck around with his fans because he assumes that all his fans are in on the joke and they're not going to go for it. But yeah, he was probably trying to troll him.
He was trying to troll Boosie. And when Boosie snapped and went over the line with some of the comments, Lil Nas X can go, nah, see, you're the bad guy. You're the bad guy. See, I'm the good guy. You're the bad guy. Everyone knows it now. See. All I said was we had a song together. I was just joking. But you're the one that's using the F word and the suicide, and everyone's against that these days. So now you look bad. I've made the whole world get mad at you while I'm sitting there messing with you the whole time. I'm the, in that case, I felt like Lil Nas X was the bully in that particular situation. Honestly. You have no song with Boosie. You know what you're doing.
Right.
You're not stupid. Lil Nas X seems like a very intelligent guy, honestly. He doesn't seem like slow or, I've interviewed some people where you're like, this person's probably slightly
But you think
higher
you think Lil Nas was bullying Boosie in that situation?
Yes.
The thing is that, but he didn't say anything aggressive. He just trolled.
He says, we have a song together on a huge platform, having the #1 song in the country at the time.
Right.
This is setting off shockwaves everywhere. Right. Boosie's phone is blowing up at this point. Talking about, you got a song with Lil Nas X word?
But it would be so easy for Boosie to, it doesn't really feel like bullying to me because it's not attacking any part of him. But listen, if this is the cool response that Boosie could have done, is he could have gone on his Instagram story and said some slick, funny shit that poked fun at Lil Nas X, made it clear he wasn't going to do a song with him, and just said something funny. And every fucking person in hip hop is going to repost that, and those headlines could be just as big as the Lil Nas X thing, and he doesn't look mad, and he doesn't look like a hate monger, which is what he accidentally slipped into there. It's like, I could just imagine if I were Boosie and someone said something like that pissed me off, if it really did make me mad, the first thing that's going to go through my mind is, how can I communicate about this publicly without looking mad? What is my angle going to be to respond to this that's going to not show that you just flustered me?
Well, as someone that has done more Boosie interviews than anyone on earth,
right?
Which is, that's reality, right?
Right.
I can tell you that Boosie does not play a character in these interviews.
True.
Everything that Boosie has done and has stood for is because he honestly, sincerely feels that way. Our conversations off camera are not different than our conversations on camera. He really does believe these things. He really does stand on these principles. He felt that when Lil Nas went on Breakfast Club and said, fuck your kids, that he was talking about Boosie's kids, which I think is a very valid dot connection, right? Because Boosie obviously has a lot of kids and was talking about the effects of Lil Nas X's music on the kids and stuff like that. When he's like, fuck your kids, Boosie felt some type of way about that. And I think that Boosie really, he's felt like he's gotten to this point and to this financial and kind of fan level by not compromising, not trolling, not pretending, not doing things just to get views, just to get, whatever, like I would never wear a dress. What I mean? I would never go out holding hands with a guy, on a red carpet, like a Kid Cudi, just so I could get a whole bunch of reposts and a whole bunch of views. That's just not me.
Yeah.
It's just not who I am as a human being. And that's the thing with Boosie. He's just not like that. He's not going to do certain things just to get a social media boost or a fan boost. And, if you look, while the baby had to meet with 384, gay organizations to apologize.
That the real number?
No, I think it was like,
but it was in the hundreds.
It was like 9 or something.
Was
like 9 or 10. It was like a large number of groups.
More than I would have assumed exist.
Yes. And he had festivals canceled and he had to do public apologies. Boosie, what I think a lot of people would say, what he said was even worse than what the baby said.
Yeah. Nothing
happened. None of his shows have been canceled. He's not on any major festivals, so he doesn't care. He throws his own festivals.
Right.
And I think that really shows the strength of building your own platform, not having to integrate into these corporations, these labels, these touring companies, these Live Nations, these Rock Nations, these Universals, these Sonys, this whoever, these McDonald's, what I mean? That you say, something, I got my own shit and I got my own fans and I'm going to say some stuff that mainstream might not like and it's not going to have any effect on me because I've built up my own shit.
Yeah. But he can't keep it Instagram. So,
well, yeah, his Instagram, he can't.
But I'm saying, like, at a certain
he went from
point,
11 million to like whatever, a couple 100,000 he has.
And he still won't respond to me on his tiny new account. But I don't know. Like, I just use the Instagram as an example of like, you do have to play the game to a certain extent. Where it's like, I've seen like people I interviewed like get their fucking Twitter account deleted, and it's like they're dead. It's like you never hear from them again because that was their whole thing. And it's fucking weird. And like, I mean, there's a lot of examples like that where it's like, you have to, like, I was honestly surprised they didn't permanently delete Boosie's Twitter for that tweet. Like, I think they made him delete it.
I don't know.
Maybe?
I don't know. And I'm just going to say, let me say this. Facebook and Instagram are the most sensitive platforms on earth.
This is true.
On earth.
Yeah.
I remember we had reposted Meek Mill calling his pilot racist or something. Remember that video that was circulating? Yeah. Because I guess the pilot accused him of smoking weed or something.
Right.
And we have a monetized IGTV. That video got flagged and we got a warning because it was bullying.
Right.
I'm like, word, this is bullying? This? Like you guys are flagging our account? And it's not like we got our account taken down or whatever else, but I'm like, all right, no more third-party content. I can't deal with this shit.
But that's the whole internet now because on TikTok, we can't do shit. Like, the other day I saw somebody said, they posted the clip of the guy pulling the gun on me, and they got 10 million views on TikTok. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty crazy. And I said to my TikTok guy, I go, should I do one of those things where I kind of like respond to this? Because you can like basically like animate yourself over the video and talk about it. And he goes, I really wouldn't because TikTok's going to delete that video because there's a gun in it. And I'm like, it already has 10 million views. He's like, yeah, but
it's not you.
He goes, it's not, you didn't post it, so just don't do it. It got deleted the next day. He was right.
Yeah, no,
They take down everything. I had to fucking censor Lil Pump smoking a blunt on TikTok. I had to censor the blunt. There's all kinds of people who do skits and comedy and stuff. And they, if they want to indicate that they're shooting somebody or they're pulling a gun out, they'll like take like, a piece of plastic and wrap a shirt around it and stuff, which is, it's one thing if like there's these hard and fast rules, but like, some of the girls that we work with, they'll post a TikTok of them and they're sort of just, dancing around in front of the camera, singing along to the song, doing whatever the fuck every girl does. But because they have big boobs or because they have a fucking small waist and a big ass or whatever it is, they're just gone. Like Riley Reid had like 2 million TikTok followers and she was not posting sexy shit. It was all goofy shit. Boom, they just took her down. Couldn't get the account back. Like they're nuts with that shit.
Yeah.